Hello all, welcome to CAD Technologies. In this video today we'll be learning how to make this component. This component is actually given as a tool test to one of our students by one of our clients. So let's begin. If you like our videos, please like and subscribe to our channel for more tutorials for beginners as well as for advanced levels. Beginning first understanding the drawing. In this there are three views. This is the front view and this is the right view. This is your first angle projection. And there is a detailed view given to show the internal feature of this cut, which is either a revolve cut or a groove in CATIA. Now, first we'll be learning how to make this using CREO as the CAD tool, and the outer dimension as you can see is 188. So we'll go one after the other about how to make this model. Now, beginning with CREO, let's create a new component part and start making our model. Now in the model, as you can see, it's a diametrical dimension which is 188 up to 68. This means that the body is a cylindrical body, hence I'll be using a revolve command. As you can see, a simple revolve command. If you're not comfortable, you can also change it to the right view or you can use sketch setup to do so. Now I'm taking a center line to create the necessary feature, cylindrical body. This is 188 and this is 68. As you can see, the cylindrical body is already done. Now let's try to get the shape. As you can see, let's try to get this shape. Now again in the same right view, I'd like to create a revolve. Again, if you're not okay, you can change this to how much ever you like. See, if I place it in the top view, I'll get the exact view and we can start making our cuts. Now the first cut actually starts from here. So let me try to see the dimensions for it, which is 54 and 55 from here. 54 dia and it's actually 55 from this face. There is also a step feature and then an arc feature. The step feature, this has 5, this is as 136. I'll show you the 136, it's 136 dia here. Now there is also an arc of R50. So let me try to take the arc and take it as R50. It's not maintaining tangency. It has to maintain 10 from here and the dimension for this is 50. The diametrical dimension for this end is actually 176. So as you can see, this line is in line with this. So this is 176. So I'm trying to remove the material that way. Now I'll use this as my reference and start removing the outer material of my cylinder. This is the outer material of my cylinder. Now the same way I can do the internal cuts as well. Again, I'll use the sketch setup to get back to what I like and then start taking your axis. Now, the internal cut is actually at a distance of 6 typical, which is of an offset of 6 mm. So I'd like to offset this to 6 first and then take a line at a distance, not exactly at the center. Now the dimension from this end to this is supposed to be 6, so I'd like to give that and then corner these two. Now there is also a 176 cut here. This is 176. You can either coincide this with in line with this or you can give 176, whichever is. I'll show you both of them if you want. If I try to give dimension for this, it will actually be 176. Or the other way is giving the dimension again, which is 176. Since if you do not want this to be repeated, again as I've already mentioned, you can do that. Now there is a step cut over here. Now this distance is given as 4 in the drawing and this is similar to this. So again I'll use this as my reference and then coincide it, or again as I've already mentioned, you can again give 54 as well. Now, this is 28. Let me try to take the 28 from here to here. This is my internal cut. There is a full round on this face I can give a full round right now, or I can give it later as well, but I'll just show it to you how to take a full round. This will be a full round. There is another feature which are actually supports for the body. So let's try to make this. There are a distance of 100. So I'd like to take a plane at a distance of 100. On this, I would like to make the sketch. Now, since this is a top view, I can take it and I can start beginning making my sketches. Now, all the dimensions for these features are given either in this view or this view. It's actually starting at a distance of 8 from the back, and the thickness of this is 8 as well as the rib is 8 because it's 8 TYP, and it's at a distance of 34. That is, this is 34 and this is 8. The thickness of the rib is 8. Now, the addition of material, whatever we are trying to do, is still 38. So, I'd like to take this as 38. It has to be added to the next surface, so I'd like to do it up to the next. You can see the feature. Now the same support has an L shape, as you can see. This is 12 and the overall length is 44. So I'd like to make this on this face only, considering this as my reference and this as well, and I'd like to make a rectangle. This is 12 and the overall distance from this end to this is supposed to be 44. Now I'd like to coincide this on the face. It starts from here. Now the addition of material is similar to the previous extrude. So I'd like to do it till the previous extrude and let it go. Now there is also a rib command. Actually, it's actually on this face. So I can just directly take a rib on that face as well. It's more like a support. The support is actually to the internal face, as in this face. As you can see in the drawing, it's actually to the inner face. So I can just try to make that as well and give it a certain dimension which they have mentioned. From here to here is actually 35, and say okay, it tries to create a rib. I want it only on one side, so I'd give it on one side, and since the thicknesses are 8 TYP, I'd use the 8 mm dimension. We can group all of these together and mirror them onto the other side because we have the same features on the other side. These are the below supports. Now there are few internal cuts as well which are shown as the detail view. Let's try to make these cuts now. Again, I am taking the taking the same top sketch. Now I would like to make the center line. I am trying to make the internal cuts. For that I would require the internal reference of this body as well as the reference of the front face. The shape is somewhat like this. This goes till there and then cuts till here. Now let's start giving the dimensions. This is actually 15 to 4. This 15, depth is 4. Now the same way this one is 24 and the depth is 6. This one is 24 and the depth is 6. The overall is 34, I think. Yes, 34. Once I say okay, it tries to create, once I say okay, it tries to create an internal cut. Now, there is one feature which are these ones. As you can see, they are at a distance of 50 from the back face. This particular portion is this circle. So I'd like to take a plane first at 50 and then try to take the addition of material. On this, take an extrude. We already know the PCD. For this feature, there is a PCD. This is my PCD. So the PCD will actually be mentioned here, which is 156. So I'd like to use that as 156 reference. From the center, convert this to diameter and give it as 156. Now on this, I'd like to make a circle. I'd like to do this one first. So let me try to take this one. The diameter is supposed to be 20. Again, it's already given here. And there are 3. So I'd like to add them later. Again, okay. It's added up to the next surface. So I'll just flip the direction and add to the next surface. There are 3 of these. So I'd like to use pattern. Again, axis pattern. For 360, I want only 3. So it will give me 3. These are the addition of materials of what we have. Rest are the cuts. So we'll do these cuts first. Again, you can do the same pattern as well. There's also a PCD for it, for the cut. it is, let me go back to the drawing, it's actually 88 dia. So let me try to take the 88 dia first. Now, on this, I'd like to make the cut. There are a lot of predefined profiles available. You can go through them if you're interested. Start still here. I'll give the dimensions. Now, I'll delete, this is supposed to be 60 as mentioned in the drawing, and I do not want these. So I delete these, and then I'd like to coincide this to the actual face. Now, I want this at the center. Perfect. Now I am sorry, I deleted the 88. So let me just go back to that and give the 88. This is supposed to be 88. Now we know this diameter is 60. This is R8 TYP. So we know this is as R8. And once you say okay, it tries to add. We have to remove the material and we'll remove it up to the next. Now we require 3. So again I am trying to take an axis pattern again of with respect to the center axis. I do not want 4, I want 3. So I'd be giving 3. These are your cuts. Now coming back to your holes, there are 3 holes again, 6 through. So let's try to give 3 holes. Wherever you give the hole, you can again use the pattern. Since we have already done the pattern, you can just simply directly use pattern. It understands that it is pretty much the same pattern what we have taken earlier, and we have given the pattern. This is the model of how you make a simple engine cover using CREO as the CAD tool. I'd like to take a section view and also show it to you. Let me take aim on the right side, and as you can see on the right, it pretty much takes the same shape of your drawing. I can show you the hatching as well. Now, if you want to learn more advanced level of training in CREO or in CATIA, you can contact us. Our details are given in the description below. If you have any queries also, you can give us a call. Thank you.